Impressive. That's good. That's got lots of potential to it. If you play it again, then and get ready to. Will you pause it when I say?
Okay, sure.
So, first of all, do you have any? Are you going to put production credits and things at the beginning?
Yeah, we just haven't moved them over.
Because at the moment, that's almost too fast.
Yeah.
So it feels like I've missed the first sort of 10 seconds or so. So even with the production credits, I wonder whether you'd need to just have the chess players on screen a bit longer before you come the starring. It feels a bit sudden.
Yeah.
I really like the framing and the use of shadows with the boys, and the music's brilliant with it. That works really well. The cat's quite disconcerting. I like the cat as the focus. Yes. The cat watching, the slowness of the movement's great. Just pause it again a minute. I think as well, regardless of putting in your kind of the production logos and things at the beginning, you would normally have the production companies and distributors at the very beginning.
So would we have like? We're making like an animation.
Production company
But would we then sort of credit them? Like
I think so, because it actually goes on the film, because they would be at the beginning, but it might just be so-and-so Films Presents. It's just going straight into, unless you've got kind of found it in real thriller openings, going straight into the stars, I think is unusual, and therefore it's not quite so convincing.
Okay.
So look back through your 9-frame analysis and see the order of the credits. Absolutely don't have to have the title at the beginning, I like that. But I think it's quite unusual to go immediately into your stars, your credits. Also make that a small A, because it's got your name, and Danny O'Brien. That's just a tiny thing.
Okay, sure.
Yeah? That's nice. Is this young man more instrumental? Are you suggesting that he's going to play a bigger part in the rest of the film?
Yeah.
Because he's
a bit more suspicious.
He looks more like he's the kind of the mini antagonist in some form. I mean, look at that pose as well.
That is my
That bit's fantastic. Look at that with slow gaze. Right. and pause just a sec. There's a second here, and I don't know if you've got any options in terms of other footage, when he looks a little bit more self-conscious, or in terms of being aware of the camera. And at one stage, I think he actually looks directly into the camera. And what that does is it breaks your fourth wall. So suddenly then the audience feels that they're being looked at, and it's got a slightly different feel to it, rather than us just observing him. So I don't know if you have any other footage, or whether that's something that you just need to just have a look at it and see what you think. Do you know what I mean? I think it is this section here where there's a slight flicker. It's the first flicker. The rest of it, he's completely kind of convincing, and we feel you put the audience in that, you know, the invisible observer, using the continuity editing is excellent. So we just kind of feel like we're watching it. But as soon as he looks at us, it kind of breaks it. It interrupts that flow just a little bit. So I don't know if you have options, but have a look at that.
Yeah, maybe we could just cut it down a bit so it starts a bit later.
Yeah, you know, you might just be able to edit out that bit. There's only one split, and it's the most split second, but it does happen. There. So he feels more of a minor character, the other boy. The continuity editing and the shot reverse shot, all of that's fantastic. Have you got a filter over this, or colour saturation?
It started off really dark, so we had to lighten it, but we also thought, because we were going for like a 80s, 90s feel to all of it.
It's like a retro feel to it.
Yeah, it might tie in.
Yeah, that works. And that camera there, so I'm not totally convinced by that, because you have, it's like a pan, but it's pan beep beep, and it has a slight wobble to it. Not a wobble, but a slight zigzag. So I don't know, I noticed it the first time. Again, have another look at that, see if you've got options, because it would kind of feel better if it was almost like a canted sort of pan coming round. Do you know what I mean? It's just that bit there, it's just you expecting it, and it fits in with the music. It's a bit kind of Sixth Sensey, you know, that kind of, in the music that you'd expect it just to do. And then we come on to Dan's character is clearly, are you the disturbed character, Dan?
I think we're all a bit disturbed, really.
The fact that you're there rocking.
Yeah.
And looking a bit kind of, you know, and looking at blue on the screen.
Yeah.
Anyway, have a look at that, see whether you've got any options. That's fine, that's good. And then we're going into the main narrative of the film. But it's a follow-on, because clearly we see your character looking dead, but you're not dead because we see the fingers still moving. That's a lovely shot, that's a nice contrast. I'm not sure whether you can do something to bridge that kind of, the change in the images. It's quite stark. So from the internal shot to the screen, black screen, control, and then you're out there. I wonder if you could use a sound bridge in some way. I think it's the music stopping that's so startling. Whether or not you use the music as a sound bridge and you carried that on from the scene and maybe fade it out, that fades out. Maybe you could do with the control, maybe that begins to fade up under control. I don't know. It's a bit stark at the moment, going from kidnap, control, and then we see you. I understand the narrative, but it's just slightly stark.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have a solution for that, but just have a look at it and see if you can think of anything. Just because it's kind of the audience's, the contrast I can see is intentional, but I just think they almost look like they're completely separate films.
Okay.
So a sound bridge might be the way into that, or look at the transition.
Yeah.
But lovely camera work, completely understand the narrative, get the suspense, get the enigma, and the bits that I'm picking up on, because it's strong, and you need to, if you're going to kind of pick up more in terms of the technical side of it, that's something you can look at.
Okay. Yep.
Well done. Well done. My pleasure.